What's happening, everybody? We are taking a look at all of the planes in the Crew 2. At least all of the planes that are available in the Crew 2 beta. And let me tell you guys, I have had a blast flying with these beasts. And there's many different airplanes available in the game. And right now, I am located at the Freestyle HQ. We're going to take a look at these airplanes. They are considered acrobatic airplanes. You can also take a look at the Pro Racing HQ as well. And we'll probably head over there and take a look at the Pro Racing versions of these airplanes as well. But I'm going to jump into it here and take a look at the different planes. And this is the plane right here that you get in the beta for free. So this is a plane that I already own. And if you look over at the right-hand side, you'll see the different statistics for these airplanes. This one right here is definitely the fastest, according to its top speed. So 425 miles per hour. Its performance level right now is 88. So that means if we get into this plane right now, it will not hit that top speed. You have to upgrade these planes pretty much all the way to hit their top speed. Now this one is one cool-looking plane. It is huge, and it handles differently than the one I just showed you. And I'll dive into all of that here in just a second. We're going to dive into these planes, get into them, and then see the differences in handling and see which one's the best for aerobatics, see which one's going to be the best for racing, and so on. But yeah, here are the Aerobatics Edition airplanes. If you look at the top left, you'll see it says Aerobatics Edition underneath the airplanes. And if I head over to the Pro Racing HQ real quick, let me show you guys that yes, there are racing versions of these planes. So I didn't realize that at first. I had no idea until I jumped into here. Let's walk over to where the airplane is right here. So you can see right here, it'll jump you into this screen, and these are basically the same airplanes, just the racing versions. So that's pretty cool. And they have different paint jobs on them, kind of a more racing type of paint job on it to signify that, yes, this is meant for racing, not aerobatics. And it's going to be interesting to see how the events play out differently when you race with these planes compared to their aerobatics cousins, if you will. But if we jump over to, I think it's the off-road headquarters, there's one more surprise. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but if you go over here, there is a surprise hidden within. So let's take a look. So here, we walk over here. What is that I see? It is a helicopter. So they actually have a helicopter in this game. I can't fly it, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. It says, beat your rival to earn this ultimate vehicle. So you have to pretty much advance in the off-road career to unlock this vehicle. And boy, I cannot wait to unlock the helicopter. In other games, like Battlefield, for instance, I loved playing with the helicopter. I know it's a totally different style of game, but I cannot wait to control this baby because I love helicopters. So when the game comes out, guys, I will be doing probably a full featured video on the helicopter. But yeah, let's head back over to, I think we're going to head back over here to Freestyle headquarters and then try out these different planes and see how they feel. I'm going to go ahead and try out the ones I've never played with or shown off in a video. So let's go ahead and select our plane. We'll start with this one. We're going to start with the fastest one of the bunch. And again, it's upgraded to only level 88 at the moment. And we are going to test drive it and see how this baby handles. Let's do it. So right away, I can tell the difference. This thing is a lot more nimble than the other one. So compared to the free plane you get at the beginning, this one is, it seems more responsive from what I'm seeing. Much more responsive. And then let's take a look at the cockpit. So I'll check out the cockpit views on each one of these airplanes as well. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Now, I was doing a test earlier on with this plane, and I noticed something right away. You'll notice as you get closer to the ground, let's try to get an open area, like right here. Its landing gear will come down. And its landing gear is super stable. I mean, wow, look at that. So this is going to be really good for touch-and-go tricks and different stunts like that. So this plane is going to be super good for touch-and-go tricks and getting close to the ground. So let's move on to the next plane, the GBR-1. This baby is a beast, and I love how this thing boosts. When you see where the boost comes from on this airplane, I think you'll be very happy. So let's take a look. So I'm going to boost it right now. Take a look at that boost. That is so cool. I love it. Now this one is definitely not as nimble. This one's going to be more challenging. And it also seems to stall out a lot quicker than the previous plane we just played with. So keep that in mind. So this one's going to be probably reserved for more challenging aerobatic competitions. That's my guess at least. But when we go and do touch and goes, let's see how good it is at doing the touch and goes. I gotta get an open area. This is not good. Wow, it is definitely harder to control. Hold on, hold on. Okay, right here. This is a good section. Let's see. Oh, it's definitely much tougher. This thing is much tougher just to land. Oh! This thing's your awkward plane of the bunch. So, I really couldn't land it in the touch and go. I'm going to try it one more time and see if I can find more of an open area. I'm not sure. It seems to kind of glide down in a way. It's weird. Wow, it is not responsive at all compared to the other one. That's interesting. Very interesting. So when I get lower and I have less throttle, it's just not nearly as responsive as the other one was. But when you finally manage to hit the ground, it does pretty well. Now, barrel rolls, very slow. Looping is probably going to be its weakness. So this plane, again, I'm going to guess, this plane is going to be reserved for more difficult challenges. So it's going to be interesting. And we've got to check out the inside cockpit view of this one. Wow. I just love the inside cockpit view. Hit that like button, guys, if you enjoy airplanes in the Crew 2, or if you're looking forward to playing with the airplanes in the Crew 2. Okay, so moving on. Let's take a look at the icon. Before I do that, I want to remind you guys that we are running a contest where we're giving away a copy of the Crew 2. And if you want to enter this contest, simply click on the link in the description to enter. And don't forget to subscribe to keep track of the contest and find out who wins. And good luck to everyone who enters. But let's take a look at this one, guys. This one's really cool looking. I love the look of this aircraft. It kind of looks like that classic aircraft style here. And let's compare it to the other one. And right away, we're in the inside cockpit view. So this one has an awesome inside cockpit view. And let's zoom out here. Now, this one seems more responsive. So this one does seem a bit more responsive than the other one. Seems to stall out pretty quickly. That's kind of interesting. And let's see how it goes with touch and goes. Let's go down on the ground. Seems pretty good. Pretty stable with the touch and goes. The looping seems more responsive to me as well. That's good. Oh! I was trying one of those knife maneuvers. It seems more unstable. I think the word I want to use with this one and the other one I just played with, the GB, they seem more unstable than the other ones. Moving on. Let's go on to the Harmon Rocket HR-3. Now, this one's a smaller aircraft. I'm going to guess it might be a little bit easier to control than the other previous two I just did. So, let's try it. Very responsive so far. Let's go and do a loop. Definitely seems to handle loops a lot easier because it's not as heavy. And it is not nearly stalling out as easy as the other one. Now, since it's lighter, it might be a little bit more challenging to do a touch and go. We'll see. Or easier. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's do a touch and go maneuver right here. See what happens. Oh, it's pretty easy. Okay, so this one's pretty easy to control. So I think out of all of them that I played with so far, I think the GV one is definitely the most challenging. Not by much, but by just enough where you notice it. Let me see if I get close to the ground with this one again. Yeah, it just seems easier to control. Okay, so now the next one is the one that we've been playing with the entire time. This one's pretty straightforward. It's very similar to the other one we just test drived, or test flew, I guess you'd say. And this one's the classic. This is where your piloting career started. I'll always remember this airplane. It will always hold a special place in my heart. Yeah, I just realized I don't think I showed the inside cockpit view of the other one. Darn it! You can always go back and check it out, but yeah, they've done such a good job with the inside cockpit view on these airplanes. I love the sound when you're rotating. You can hear the wind increase. It just feels amazing. And a lot of people were wanting to see VR support for this game. So I'm curious to see if Ivory Tower introduces some type of VR support for the airplanes, you know, for all the vehicles in this game, because it'd be so cool to see VR support for this game. Let me know. Do you guys want to see VR support for the Crew 2? Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see it. But let's take a look at the slick. The slick. Let's do it. What is that? Is it a bee? Almost looks like a bee on the side. Now this one on the up and down, on the vertical, it doesn't seem as responsive to me. On the roll it does, but here it definitely seems a lot more sluggish. Interesting. So there's a noticeable difference there. And if we go down and do a touch and go, pretty good, pretty stable. Take a look at that inside cockpit view on this one. Looks pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, I would be a little bit scared to fly these single engine airplanes, because you only have one engine, and if it goes out, you're pretty much screwed. And I know a female pilot recently had problems in California, and she actually had to land her aircraft in the middle of the road, like a busy road. And she was such a skilled pilot that she managed to land it without hurting herself or anyone around her, and it was actually caught on the security cameras on that street. It's amazing. It was incredible. So hats off to her for, you know, pulling off one of the most amazing maneuvers that you could. Because underneath that amount of stress, you know, it's amazing that she even pulled that off. Now this one is a lot slower on the roll. I mean, way slower. I wonder if it's because I'm holding down the accelerator so much. I'm not sure exactly why this one's so much slower than the other one. Even on its looping, it seems heavier. I would describe it as heavier, so that's interesting. Oh, pull up! Okay, now with the touch and go, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult, I can tell already. Because, again, it's not as responsive on the vertical controls, it seems. But I love this plane anyway, because it's so cool when the landing gear comes out. This is not good. This is not a good area to land. Oh, we have crashed into the trees. This is not a good situation. So let's go and try it over here. Wow, 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 wow. Very delayed. Very delayed. I gotta try that again. I have to try it again. So if we go over this way and try to find an open... Wow, it is so delayed on the roll. Unbelievable. unbelievable, guys. This thing, it feels delayed and kind of unstable. Pretty good on the touch and go, though. You know, it doesn't, like, fall forward or crash when you go for that touch and go, but everything else, man, oh man, it is slow. This thing is just slow. Okay, so moving on, let me show you guys some of the racing planes, and let's go ahead and compare those to what we just played with right now. And what I'll do is I'll do direct comparison with the airplane that I've been playing with the most so far. And that was the plane that I was rewarded with when I first started flying as a very young pilot back in the day. So, let's take a look at... Where is it? Where are the airplanes? Oh, right here. It kind of blends in. Okay, so... If I'm not mistaken... Actually, you know what? There is one more airplane, I think, in here that is not a part of the freestyle one. It's the Spitfire. Is it this one? Yes, this one. So this one is completely different. So let's try this one right here. At least I think it is. And see how this one compares to the other ones. This will basically sum up how these feel. Now, these are much faster. Right away, I can tell this is much faster. As we cut through the air of New York City. And I think these are definitely some of my most anticipated air events in the game. So when it comes to airplane events, the New York City events are definitely some of my most anticipated events of the game, and I can't wait to experience them. I'm not going to do any touch and go tests because technically these airplanes, guys, they're not really meant for aerobatics. They're meant for racing, hence why they're so much faster. But yeah, the aerobatic planes are definitely different than the racing planes, and I think the biggest difference, of course, is speed, obviously. So that's going to be the difference. Now, for direct comparison purposes, let's do this one. This one was the GB. It was awkward. Remember, I thought it was the most awkward of the bunch. So let's try this one and just give it a try. Let's do it. See how it goes. Definitely still, well, it seems responsive on the turn. Maybe a little bit more responsive on the turn. I'm not sure. Seems like it. I believe it is faster than its cousin. Its stunt cousin over there at Freestyle HQ. Let's see what it looks like from above. Looking over New York City down below. But there it is, guys. We have tested pretty much all of the planes. I may have missed some, but these were the planes from the beta. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what other videos you want to see from us here at Speed Inferno. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Be sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. But guys, I'll see you next time here at Speed Inferno.